The crowd erupted the moment the winner's name was announced. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and within seconds the internet was already exploding with reactions. Because once again, Kendrick Lamar had just added another major award to his growing streak. But this time, the celebration didn't just bring applause. It also sparked a massive debate across the hip-hop world, especially among fans of Drake. For many Kendrick supporters, the moment felt like proof that the rapper's artistic dominance continues to shape the culture. Over the years, Kendrick has built a reputation for delivering projects that critics praise for their depth, storytelling, and impact. Every time he steps into an award season, it seems like his work finds its way back to the top. But as soon as this latest win was announced, a completely different reaction started spreading across social media. Drake fans weren't celebrating. Instead, many of them began questioning whether the situation was even fair. Within minutes, comments began flooding platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok. Some fans argued that Drake's influence on global music is unmatched and that his consistent chart success should be rewarded more often. Others went even further, suggesting that award shows might favor certain types of artistry over mainstream popularity. That's when things started getting heated. Clips of the award announcement quickly went viral, and fans began debating every detail of the moment. Some viewers pointed out the reactions from people in the crowd. Others started comparing the achievements of both artists over the past year. The conversation rapidly turned into another chapter of one of hip-hop's most talked-about rivalries. Because the truth is, the comparison between Kendrick and Drake has been going on for years. On one side, you have Drake, an artist who has dominated streaming platforms, radio stations, and global charts for over a decade. His ability to consistently release hits has made him one of the most commercially successful artists of all time. On the other side, you have Kendrick, an artist known for carefully crafted albums that critics often call some of the most important works in modern hip-hop. Two completely different styles. Two completely different paths to success. And moments like this award win only make the debate louder. Some fans believe Kendrick deserves every trophy because of the depth and meaning behind his music. Others believe Drake's global reach and influence should earn him far more recognition from award organizations. That clash of opinions is exactly why the latest award announcement didn't just feel like a victory. It felt like fuel for an already raging argument across the rap world. And now the biggest question fans are asking is simple. Is Kendrick's award streak proof of artistic dominance, or is the system overlooking Drake's impact on the culture? The moment the announcement finished, the room erupted with applause as Kendrick Lamar walked toward the stage to accept yet another major award. Cameras immediately focused on his reaction, capturing the calm smile and composed energy that fans have come to recognize over the years. Kendrick has never been known for dramatic celebrations during award shows. Instead, he usually accepts recognition with the same quiet confidence that defines much of his music. But while the atmosphere inside the venue was filled with celebration, a completely different conversation had already started outside the building. Within minutes of the announcement, social media platforms exploded with reactions. Fans quickly began posting clips of the moment, screenshots of the award graphic, and their immediate thoughts about the outcome. Kendrick supporters were celebrating the victory, saying the win was another reminder of his incredible influence on hip-hop. For them, this wasn't just another trophy. It was proof that Kendrick's dedication to storytelling and meaningful music continues to be recognized at the highest level. Many fans pointed out that Kendrick has consistently delivered projects that critics praise for their depth, social commentary, and creative structure. But at the same time, a completely different reaction was gaining momentum online. Supporters of Drake began questioning the decision almost immediately. Drake fans have long argued that his contributions to the music industry deserve more recognition from award institutions. Over the past decade, Drake has dominated global charts, broken streaming records, and influenced the sound of modern hip-hop and pop music. Because of that success, many fans felt that another Kendrick victory only highlighted what they believe is an imbalance in how awards are distributed. The debate quickly turned into one of the most intense fan discussions of the week. On one side were fans who believe Kendrick represents the artistic heart of hip-hop, an artist who carefully crafts albums with powerful messages and complex narratives. On the other side were Drake supporters who believe popularity, consistency, and global influence should also play a huge role in determining who wins major awards. The clash between those two viewpoints has been shaping hip-hop debates for years, but moments like this bring the disagreement right back into the spotlight. Another reason this particular award stirred so much discussion was Kendrick's recent streak of recognition. Over the past few years, he has consistently appeared at the top of award lists across multiple ceremonies. Critics often praise his work not only for its musical quality but also for the way it addresses cultural issues, personal struggles, and social realities. That combination of artistry and commentary has earned Kendrick a reputation as one of the most respected voices in modern rap. Meanwhile, Drake's path to success has followed a different pattern. Instead of focusing on fewer, highly conceptual projects, Drake has built his career on consistency and versatility. He releases music frequently, experiments with different genres, and maintains an incredibly strong connection with global audiences. His songs dominate streaming platforms and radio stations across multiple countries. Because of that massive reach, many Drake fans believe his impact on the culture is sometimes underestimated by award committees. The difference between these two approaches is exactly what fuels the rivalry narrative. Kendrick represents precision and depth. Drake represents reach and influence. Both qualities are valuable in hip-hop, but award organizations sometimes prioritize one type of success over the other. That's why every time Kendrick wins another trophy, the debate about fairness quickly returns. Some music commentators even suggest that the two artists symbolize different eras of hip-hop recognition. In the past, awards often leaned heavily toward lyrical complexity and traditional rap values. Today, the music industry is far more global and streaming-driven, meaning commercial dominance plays a larger role in shaping an artist's legacy. The clash between those two perspectives is reflected perfectly in the Kendrick versus Drake conversation. Interestingly, neither Kendrick nor Drake has publicly addressed the debates surrounding the latest award. Kendrick simply thanked the audience and the people who supported his work, keeping his speech relatively short and humble. Drake, on the other hand, remained silent on social media after the announcement, which only added more intrigue to the situation. Fans began wondering whether he would eventually respond, either through interviews or perhaps through music. As the night continued and more clips from the award show circulated online, the reactions kept growing stronger. Memes, reaction videos, and fan debates flooded timelines across every major platform. Some people joked about the rivalry, while others passionately defended their favorite artist. The award itself almost became secondary to the cultural conversation it created. What started as a simple announcement on stage had quickly evolved into another major chapter in one of hip-hop's most fascinating comparisons. And with Kendrick's award streak continuing to grow, many fans are beginning to wonder just how long this momentum can last. Because if Kendrick keeps collecting trophies like this, the conversation about fairness and the rivalry with Drake might only get louder. As the debate continued to grow online, the conversation slowly shifted from the award itself to the bigger question of how success is measured in hip-hop today. Fans weren't just arguing about one trophy anymore. They were arguing about what truly defines greatness in the modern music industry. And naturally, the discussion kept circling back to the contrast between Kendrick, Lamar, and Drake. For Kendrick supporters, the explanation seemed simple. They believe Kendrick's music carries a level of depth that few artists can match. His albums often explore complicated themes like identity, fame, social pressure, and personal struggle. Instead of focusing purely on hit singles, Kendrick usually constructs full projects that feel like complete narratives. Critics and music scholars often describe his albums as cultural statements rather than just entertainment. Because of that approach, many award voters tend to view his work as more artistically significant. Drake's fans, however, see the situation very differently. They argue that Drake has reshaped the sound of modern hip-hop and pop music more than almost anyone else in the last decade. His ability to dominate streaming platforms, stay relevant across multiple musical trends, and consistently release chart-topping songs is something very few artists have ever achieved. To them, that level of influence should be rewarded more often during award seasons. The disagreement between these two viewpoints reflects a much larger debate happening across the entire music industry. In today's digital era, success can be measured in many different ways. Streaming numbers, chart positions, cultural impact, and artistic depth all play a role in shaping an artist's legacy. But award shows often struggle to balance those factors fairly. Some music analysts believe award organizations naturally lean toward artists whose work carries strong narratives or social commentary. Kendrick's projects often fit that description perfectly. His music frequently addresses real-world issues and personal introspection, which resonates strongly with critics and voters who value storytelling and meaning in art. At the same time, other commentators argue that commercial success should not be overlooked. Drake's ability to reach massive audiences across the globe has helped shape the sound of contemporary hip-hop. Many artists today borrow elements from Drake's style, blending rap with melody, emotional lyrics, and cross-genre experimentation. That kind of influence, fans argue, should carry just as much weight as critical acclaim. The conversation became even more intense when fans began comparing statistics. Charts showing streaming numbers, album sales, and award counts started circulating across social media platforms. Some users posted side-by-side comparisons highlighting Drake's commercial dominance. Others responded with lists of Kendrick's awards, critical ratings, and historic album achievements. Soon, the discussion turned into a digital battlefield between two passionate fan bases. Memes began spreading across timelines, joking about Kendrick collecting trophies while Drake collects streams. Some fans treated the situation like friendly competition, laughing at the rivalry and celebrating both artists. But others took the debate more seriously, defending their favorite rapper with detailed arguments and long threads explaining why they believe one artist deserves more recognition than the other. Meanwhile, industry insiders began offering their own perspectives. Several music journalists pointed out that award shows often prioritize projects that push artistic boundaries. Kendrick's music is known for its layered production, complex lyrics, and conceptual storytelling, which tends to impress voters who are evaluating artistic innovation. But other experts noted that Drake's role in shaping the modern music landscape cannot be ignored. His ability to connect with listeners around the world has made him one of the most influential figures in global pop culture. In many ways, Drake's success represents the power of the streaming era, where accessibility and global appeal play a huge role in determining an artist's impact. As the debate continued, fans began wondering whether this rivalry would ever truly be settled. The truth is that both artists have achieved extraordinary success in different ways. Kendrick has become a symbol of artistic excellence in hip-hop, while Drake has become a symbol of commercial dominance and global influence. Interestingly, neither artist seemed eager to fuel the controversy directly. Kendrick's acceptance speech remained humble and focused on gratitude. He thanked collaborators, supporters, and fans without addressing the ongoing debate surrounding the award. Drake, meanwhile, maintained his usual silence online, choosing not to comment on the situation publicly. That silence created even more speculation. Some fans wondered if Drake might respond through music, which has historically been one of the most powerful ways artists address competition in hip-hop culture. Others believe he might simply ignore the conversation entirely and continue focusing on releasing new music. Regardless of how the artists themselves respond, the impact of Kendrick's award streak is undeniable. Each new victory strengthens his reputation as one of the most respected lyricists and storytellers in the genre. At the same time, the reaction from Drake's fans shows just how passionate and protective his global fanbase remains. What began as a single award announcement has now grown into a broader discussion about recognition, influence, and famous within the music industry. And as long as both Kendrick and Drake continue dominating the hip-hop conversation, moments like this will keep reigniting the same powerful debate. Because when two legends exist at the top of the game at the same time, every win and every loss becomes part of a much bigger story. The energy around the rivalry between Kendrick Lamar and Drake has reached a level that almost no one in hip-hop expected. What started as lyrical competition has now turned into something much bigger, a cultural moment where every award, every performance, and every public reaction feels like another chapter in an unfolding story. And recently, fans noticed something that pushed this rivalry into an even more intense spotlight. Kendrick's award streak just keeps growing, and it's starting to make some Drake fans seriously question what's going on behind the scenes. At first, many people thought it was just coincidence. One award here, another recognition there. Kendrick has always been respected as one of the most lyrically gifted artists in the industry, so seeing him win a few major honors wasn't exactly shocking. But when the wins kept stacking up, show after show, ceremony after ceremony, the conversation began to change. Fans online started asking a bigger question. Is Kendrick simply dominating the culture right now, or is something deeper happening inside the industry? Social media lit up almost instantly after Kendrick's latest win was announced. Within minutes, clips of the moment began circulating across platforms. The camera cut to different reactions in the crowd, capturing a mix of excitement, surprise, and quiet tension. And while many fans celebrated Kendrick's continued success, another side of the internet wasn't as convinced. Some supporters of Drake argued that the awards were starting to feel predictable. According to them, Drake has continued releasing music, maintaining massive streaming numbers, and dominating charts across the world. Yet when the biggest awards are handed out, Kendrick seems to be the one walking away with the trophy again and again. This sparked a wave of heated debates online. Fans broke down streaming statistics, compared album sales, and even started revisiting older award decisions to look for patterns. Suddenly, what should have been a simple celebration of an artist's achievement turned into a full-blown conversation about fairness in the music industry. Meanwhile, Kendrick supporters see the situation very differently. They argue that his recent work has pushed hip-hop into a deeper artistic space, blending storytelling, cultural commentary, and raw emotion in ways that few artists are willing to attempt. To them, these awards aren't surprising at all. They're simply recognition of an artist who continues to raise the bar. But what really makes this moment fascinating is the reaction from the audience itself. Every time Kendrick's name is called, cameras capture subtle expressions across the room. Some artists cheer loudly, others clap politely, and sometimes there's that brief pause, the kind of pause that tells you the tension inside the industry is very real. For many observers, it feels like hip-hop is witnessing a shift in real time. This isn't just about who wins a trophy anymore. It's about influence, legacy, and the direction the genre is heading. And with Kendrick's award streak continuing, the rivalry with Drake is starting to look less like a battle between two artists and more like a defining moment for the entire culture. Because if this streak continues, one thing is certain. The debate about who truly sits at the top of hip-hop right now is far from over. As the conversation kept growing louder across the hip-hop world, the rivalry between Kendrick Lamar and Drake started to evolve into something much deeper than just awards and fan arguments. It began turning into a debate about two completely different philosophies of success in music. On one side, Kendrick represents artistry, storytelling, and cultural depth. On the other, Drake symbolizes global dominance, chart control, and unmatched commercial reach. And the longer Kendrick's award streak continues, the more people are realizing that this battle is shaping the future of the genre itself. One of the biggest reasons the conversation refuses to die down is because of how different their careers have been. Drake built his empire by mastering the streaming era. Every album released becomes a global event. Every single floods playlists worldwide, and his ability to stay relevant year after year is almost unmatched in modern music. Fans often point to the numbers, billions of streams, countless chart records, and a presence that reaches far beyond hip-hop into pop culture. But Kendrick operates differently. His releases are less frequent, but when they arrive, they feel like statements rather than just albums. Critics, journalists, and even other artists often describe his projects as cultural moments instead of simple music drops. Each album carries layers of meaning, social commentary, and storytelling that invites listeners to analyze every line. Because of this contrast, award shows often become the battlefield where these two styles collide. When trophies are handed out, the industry sometimes leans toward artistry and impact rather than pure numbers. That's why Kendrick's recent streak has been interpreted by many as the industry choosing depth over dominance. However, Drake fans see the situation from another perspective entirely. To them, the numbers represent the true voice of the audience. If millions of people are streaming Drake's music daily and his songs continue dominating charts across multiple countries, they argue that the award should reflect that popularity. In their eyes, the continued recognition of Kendrick feels like the industry favoring a certain artistic narrative instead of acknowledging who is truly controlling the market. This disagreement has fueled endless debates online. Music analysts, YouTube commentators, and podcast hosts have spent hours breaking down the situation. Some argue that hip-hop has always had two different lanes, one focused on lyrical prestige and cultural influence, and another built around mainstream appeal and global reach. Kendrick and Drake simply represent those lanes at the highest level possible. But what makes the current moment feel different is how personal the rivalry has started to feel for fans. Every new award Kendrick receives instantly sparks trending hashtags. Some celebrate the victory as proof that lyricism still matters in hip-hop. Others react with frustration, claiming the system is ignoring the numbers. Even industry insiders have started quietly discussing the situation. Producers, journalists, and executives have hinted that the tension between artistry and commercial power is becoming one of the defining debates of this era. The music business has changed dramatically over the past decade, especially with streaming reshaping how success is measured. Yet award institutions often rely on different standards when deciding who deserves recognition. For Kendrick, the streak has only strengthened his reputation as one of the most respected voices in the genre. Every win reinforces the idea that his influence reaches beyond simple entertainment. Many fans believe he represents the intellectual and cultural backbone of hip-hop, the artist who pushes the genre forward creatively. For Drake, the situation is more complicated. His supporters remain fiercely loyal, constantly reminding the world of his unmatched dominance on charts and playlists. They believe history will ultimately judge success based on global impact rather than trophy counts. And that's what makes this moment so fascinating. Hip-hop has always thrived on competition, but rarely has a rivalry exposed such a clear divide between two definitions of greatness. One side argues that greatness is measured by influence, storytelling, and artistic evolution. The other believes it should be measured by reach, consistency, and the ability to connect with millions of listeners worldwide. Right now, Kendrick's award streak is tipping the scale toward one side of that debate. But the story is far from finished. Because in hip-hop, dominance can shift quickly, and the next album, the next performance, or the next viral moment could completely change the conversation again. And as long as Kendrick Lamar keeps collecting trophies while Drake continues dominating the charts, the debate about fairness and about who truly rules hip-hop will only grow louder. By the time Kendrick Lamar's latest award streak reached its fifth consecutive ceremony, the debate surrounding his dominance and Drake's perceived snubs had transformed into a full-blown cultural conversation. Fans, analysts, and insiders weren't just talking about trophies anymore. They were dissecting what these awards represent for the entire hip-hop landscape. Every new accolade Kendrick received was being framed as a statement about artistry, influence, and the evolution of the genre. And with Drake's fanbase increasingly vocal, it was clear that this moment had grown into something far bigger than either artist alone. Kendrick's supporters were quick to emphasize the significance of his recent streak. They pointed out that each award was a recognition not just of talent, but of intentionality. His projects are meticulously crafted, often exploring social, political, and personal themes that resonate deeply with listeners and critics alike. Unlike many mainstream artists, Kendrick doesn't rely solely on catchy hooks or streaming numbers. Instead, he builds albums that feel like complete narratives, where each song serves a purpose in telling a larger story. This approach has earned him not only respect from peers but also a reputation as a defining voice of his generation. Drake's fans, on the other hand, argue that the numbers tell a different story. In the digital age, where streaming dominates the way music is consumed, an artist's reach is a major factor in defining influence. Drake has consistently shattered streaming records, maintained a global fan base, and delivered hit after hit for more than a decade. From chart performance to cultural trends, Drake's fingerprints are all over modern music. For many fans, these tangible markers of success should weigh as heavily in award considerations as critical acclaim does for artists like Kendrick. The tension between these two approaches, artistic depth versus commercial dominance, has fueled online debates that seem to intensify with every award cycle. Social media has become the arena where fans dissect every detail, comparing album sales, streaming numbers, critical reception, and prior award histories. Memes, reaction videos, and analytical breakdowns flood timelines constantly, with users passionately defending one artist over the other. The conversation is no longer limited to casual fans. It has expanded to commentators, journalists, and industry insiders who weigh in on the broader implications for the genre. What makes Kendrick's streak so compelling is how it affects the perception of hip-hop's current values. For years, critics have debated whether the industry favors commercial appeal over artistry, or vice versa. Kendrick's continued recognition is being interpreted by many as a statement that lyrical craftsmanship and storytelling still carry immense weight in defining cultural relevance. Meanwhile, Drake's consistent commercial achievements highlight another truth. Influence isn't only measured by awards. The rivalry between these two perspectives has become emblematic of hip-hop itself, a genre that thrives on tension, competition, and evolution. The live moments, social media reactions, and viral clips associated with each award ceremony only amplify the stakes. Every camera angle capturing Kendrick's calm acceptance or every tweet from a frustrated Drake fan contributes to the ongoing narrative. Industry observers note that these dynamics are creating an almost unprecedented level of engagement. Fans aren't just passive consumers anymore. They are participants in the debate, shaping public perception and even influencing the cultural conversation surrounding both artists. Interestingly, neither Kendrick nor Drake has allowed the public to fully control the narrative. Kendrick continues to maintain humility, often focusing on gratitude toward collaborators and fans, without directly responding to the rivalry chatter. Drake, on the other hand, remains strategically silent, choosing to let his music and commercial performance speak for itself. That restraint has heightened intrigue, making fans speculate endlessly about future responses, potential diss tracks, or surprise performances. Silence has become a tool in itself, keeping audiences on edge and conversations active for months at a time. The implications of this rivalry extend beyond the artists themselves. Up-and-coming rappers, producers, and label executives are watching closely. Kendrick's recognition reinforces the idea that ambitious, thoughtful projects can still define an era. Drake's commercial dominance demonstrates that global reach and streaming power remain vital. Together, these two forces are shaping the blueprint for success in modern hip-hop. Young artists now see two paths forward, one that prioritizes artistry and depth, and one that prioritizes reach, adaptability, and consistency. Ultimately, Kendrick Lamar's award streak isn't just about winning trophies, it's about shaping narratives. It's a declaration that the music industry continues to value meaningful artistry, even in an era dominated by streaming statistics and viral hits. Simultaneously, the reaction from Drake's fanbase highlights the ongoing tension between different definitions of success. Both perspectives are valid, both have merit, and both contribute to the richness of hip-hop culture. As fans, commentators, and industry insiders look forward, one thing is certain. The conversation sparked by Kendrick's streak will continue to grow. Every award, every new project, and every performance adds another layer to the story. And in this battle of artistry versus dominance, the stakes are higher than ever. Hip-hop is watching, the fans are watching, and the world continues to witness one of the most compelling rivalries of this generation unfold in real time. The narrative isn't finished. It's just entering the next chapter. Now that you've seen how Kendrick Lamar's award streak continues to shake up the hip-hop world and why Drake fans are calling it unfair, it's time to weigh in. This isn't just about trophies. It's about influence, artistry, and what truly defines success in modern music. Do you think Kendrick deserves all the recognition for his storytelling and cultural impact? Or should Drake's global dominance and streaming power earn him more respect from award shows? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the conversation, because the debate isn't slowing down anytime soon. If you want more breakdowns like this, Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you're the first to catch the next big moment in hip-hop. From shocking wins to viral performances, we cover it all. Don't miss out on the drama, the debates, and the inside look at the music world's biggest stories. Fire microphone.